Hello, welcome to English for Everyone, where we practice real-life American English. Today we're going to clear up some confusion, so let's get started. First, this is not correct.
If you want to sound more formal, you can say without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt is not more formal than of course. It's just another way of saying of course. Pronunciation, without a doubt. We hear the T in without sounds like a fast D. Without a doubt. And the T at the end is a stop T. Not doubt, but doubt. And of course, the B in doubt is silent. Don't pronounce that B. There's no daub. There's no B. Doubt. Without a doubt. It's just another way of saying of course. It's not more formal. It's not as common as of course, but it's just another way of saying it. Let's hear some examples.
You're without a doubt the most special girl I've ever seen.
This is, without a doubt, the worst transcript I have ever seen.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
He's going by there. Without a doubt.
That was, without a doubt, the best 10 minutes of my life.
This is, without a doubt, one of my favorite items. My dinner with Andre action figures, and
You are, without a doubt, the worst boyfriend in the world.
You are without a doubt the most pathetic class I've ever been assigned to.
without a doubt.
This is also not correct.
To sound more simple, you can just say of course.
Of course not.
Of course is not more basic. It's just more common. It's the most common way to say it. And that doesn't make it more basic. It doesn't make you sound more basic when you speak, when you say of course. It's the best way to say it because it's the most common. And you can use it in any situation. Formal, informal, any situation you can say of course. Pronunciation, of. Use the short sound like cup and up, of. And the F sounds like a v sound, like very. Together, of course. In the word course, use the or sound, like more and floor. Course. Together, of course. This is the most common way to say it, and it does not sound basic. It sounds great. Let's hear some examples.
Of course, Norton failed to mention to the press that bare minimum of expense is a fairly loose term.
Tried. I did everything I could to...
Oh, yes, of course, I know that you have, and believe me, I appreciate it very much. In fact,
Yes, of course. I remember now the Capulets and the Pontonudes, Shakespeare, dear.
Do you know who I am?
Oh, yes, of course I do.
Oh, yes, of course. I do.
Do you kind of get a creepy evil vibe from her?
Of course I do, but she's great on camera.
Of course I do, but it's not my current primary objective.
This is also not correct.
If you use English for academic purposes, you can say certainly.
I certainly am.
The word certainly is not for academic purposes. I don't know what that means when you're talking to your teacher or something. Certainly is another way of saying of course. It's not as common as of course, but it's not for academic purposes. It's just another way of saying of course, but it's not as common. Pronunciation, certainly. What happened to the T? Well, you can pronounce the T and you can say certainly, but it sounds more natural in American English if I change the T. I make a stop T, cert, I put my tongue up, and then I fall to the end sound. Certainly. It means the same thing as of course, it's just not as common. But it's not for academic purposes. Let's hear some examples of certainly.
Not the first person to say it, certainly not the first person to think it.
You certainly have a way with people.
I certainly am.
I think you upset him.
I certainly hope so.
I certainly hope so. I'm the CEO of Cyberdyne Systems.
Certainly not to the warden.
Certainly not, I speak for myself.
And if I can't answer that for me, I'm certainly not going to try and answer it for you.
Excuse me, monsieur, but I'm certainly not laughing at you, but at this costume.
I'm certainly not going back to find out.
I'm certainly not getting anywhere at the moment.
Certainly not the lady's father.
So remember, of course is the best way to say it because it's the most common. And it doesn't sound basic or uneducated or anything like that. It sounds fine in all situations. Of course. Or you can say certainly or without a doubt. They're just other ways to say the same thing that aren't as common, because of course is the most common. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, subscribe to our channel. And if you want to become a member, click the join button. And we'll see you next time.